Hey, welcome back to the show, and today I'm starting with my first brochure video. This is going to be about my favorite camera brand, which for most people maybe it won't be, but to me it's one of the most interesting camera brands out there, and it's the Mamiya camera brand. Basically, this is the brochure featuring the Mamiya RZ Pro, the Mamiya 6, the Mamiya 645, and the Mamiya RB. So yeah, let's get started. As I said, Mamiya Pro 2, no, Mamiya RZ Pro 2, Mamiya 6, Mamiya 645, and Mamiya RB67. We have here a bit of the history about Mamiya. We have the different sizes. You can see a negative of 645, 6x6, or a 6x7, or in a 35. Funny thing is, Mamiya never made a 6x6 SLR camera, or like the Mamiya RZ is not 6x6. It can shoot 6x6, or the RB. It would be interesting to see their approach towards a Hasselblad Mamiya camera. So yeah, here is all the information about the sizes and the different sizes and how much you want to crop or not. Another thing is interesting is most people thought that 6x6 is meant to just be like that. Most adverts in the day were about cropping. So 6x6 let you crop like 645 in both dimensions, both vertical or horizontal. So here we have the RZ67 Pro 2. All the lenses on the lineup from the 37, 50, 65, 75, 75 shift, 90, 110, 140 macro, 150, 180, 250, 360, 500, 100 to 200 zoom, Apo 210, Apo 250, Apo 350, and Apo 500. So that's the Mamiya RZ67. You have the system here, which I think is very interesting. It's a modular system where the backs are interchangeable. The lenses are interchangeable, and the prisms too, and it has a winder, has bellows focusing, revolving camera back, half a step shutter, microfine focusing, which is an advantage from the Pro 1 to the Pro 2. It has the two knobs to adjust the lens setup here, shift, the Apo, the body, and all the accessories. Focusing screens are also very weird to see. You got the Type A, which is matte, Type A3 matte 2, the Type A4 was checkered with a grid, Type B, which is a rangefinder spot, which is a split little circle, Type C is micro prisms, which are little prisms that when you come in focus you see everything focused, Type D, which is cross-haired, and Type E, which is rangefinder and spot micro prism. That's my favorite, so if you can find that one, you should get it. All the backs, all the specifications for the Mamiya RZ Pro 2 system. Then we go to the Mamiya RB67 Pro SD. This is a mechanical camera, no electronics is needed, so that's pretty good if you're like your cameras to not have any dependency on batteries. All the lenses on the bottom from 37 to 500. They're pretty much equivalent in focal length to the Mamiya RZ. And these lenses will mount on the RZ, so that's an extra plus for the RZ. You can buy either RB lenses or RZ. You just have to shoot the lens on the lens, and cock the speed basically. So yeah, that's basically the RZ with the different sizes, when you're shooting a landscape or portrait, soft lenses, which is something that's out of fashion nowadays. I still think it's pretty interesting. The RB Pro SD system, same thing as the Mamiya RZ, except for there's no winder. They even had a 6x8 back, which is pretty interesting. It has a 70 millimeter back, and the 6x8 is actually not here, so maybe it's a later version. Here are the lenses again, the focusing screens, which are very similar to, and the specifications for the RB67. Then we have the Mamiya 645 Pro. This is a bit more modern than the Mamiya 1000S and other versions. Ways to shoot with different backs. This is 35. I don't know why they have a 35 and that there, maybe to show you the size difference. I doubt you could put 35 in the backs, but we will check now. The lenses that go from a 24 fisheye lens all the way to a 500, and they have two 500, of an apochromatic and a normal lens. So yeah, these are all the lenses and accessories and the angle of view, minimum aperture, minimum focusing distance, like we've seen in the previous Mamiya models. This is the system again, very modular. The back is interchangeable, which was not in some of the previous models. The grip also can come on and off, and you can use an advanced lever, which is not specified here, even though it does show attached on the body. It doesn't come as an extra part, which you can buy, and it's hard to find if you lose that. It has the metering, leaf shutter lenses, which is useful for flash syncing. Ergonomics, so if you're, studio and shooting fast, you got all the lenses, all the attachments, the macro, the prism finders, the bellows lens hood, and the specifications again, battery required. Then we have the Mamiya 6MF. The MF stands for, I think, that you can change from a 6x6 to a 6x45, which you can see here. So yeah, that's the MF, which it just crops, I think, like you can see in this picture, it's cropping the top and the bottom to a 645. I wouldn't find that very useful, as you can just crop it in post, but I guess some people like seeing the finished image on the negative or slide. So yeah, in the viewfinder, it's all pretty cluttered because of those 6x6 and 645 lines. You can shoot 35mm film like you can do it in the Mamiya 7 when it came out, because this was not out yet, or it's not in this catalog. You got the lens, which is 50, 75, 150. People love that it's simple, 3-lens system. It's actually very versatile. The 150 is not so liked, but I actually quite like it. And all the adapters and things you can do, the eyepieces diopters, which is +3 to -3. Then the specifications also needs batteries. Something super cool about this camera, you won't see it here, is that the body cover, or I think it's the lens cap, I can't remember, has space to put batteries in it. So if you're shooting and you run out of battery, you will always have a spare there. And that is something I haven't seen anyone say, and it's really useful. So yeah, it uses a 2 S76 batteries, never use those. 4 SR44, which is the LR44 also work. And yeah, this is the system. They're just talking about the different lenses and groups. You got the Mamiya RZ with all their lenses, the Mamiya RB with all their lenses, the Mamiya 645 with all the lenses, and the Mamiya 6 system, which is the G. These are not interchangeable with the Mamiya 7, so don't think that you can buy the Gs for cheap and put them on your Mamiya 7 or the other way around. And that's it. You have a photo by Annie Lubowitz here of the ballet dancer, and that was the brochure from Mamiya system. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next video.